Welcome to this special Wingman Nation episode. Randy recently joined Rabbi Rami Goldberg on his podcast, Biblical Money, from Israel 365, with permission for sharing a portion of that conversation, where Randy shares the story of how Wingman Nation started and the heart behind this ministry. We hope it encourages you.
So I know one of the things that you're working on is this Wingman Nation. Are you a pilot? Is that like part of how it started, or that's?
No, we do have airplanes, and I'm involved in the aviation industry, and we have several planes, but I'm not a pilot. No.
Oh no.
That's
okay.
a little nerve-wracking for me, but I love the aviation industry, and we do have an aviation company.
Oh wow. Okay. So what is this? What is Wingman, and like, meaning I understand you're helping to build up young men, and which is so critical in today's day and age. I'd love to hear a bit more about that.
Yeah, so it's been almost 15 years now, but I was attending a church, and there really wasn't anything in this large church for men to get together and talk and study the Bible and all of that. And I went to the pastor at the time, and it was a large church. It was about 7,000 members, and we had just joined there, and I was a relatively new Christian believer. And he goes, "Oh yeah, there's a Bible study class on Wednesday night." So yeah, oh okay. So I show up, and there's like 5 guys there, and they're, retirees, and I mean they're nice gentlemen, but it was very boring for a younger person to be there, and intimidating and all of that. So
how old were you approximately?
I was probably 38, 39 at the time, maybe. Probably a little longer than 15 years now that I think about that. But anyway, so I went back to the pastor and said, "Hey, there's got to be something else we can do to get young guys out here, middle-aged guys out here to get together and hang out and learn about how to be better men and stronger Christians and better husbands." And he goes, "Well, what do you have in mind?" I said, "I don't know. Let me think and pray about it." So I did, and I came back with this military kind of base theme, the Air Force. You think of where is it where guys are like, and ladies, but mostly men are totally dedicated to each other, holding each other accountable, and they got each other's backs. And the military came to mind. And then, of course, the Air Force, they have a wingman. You have a wingman guarding you and helping you and keeping you safe. So I went back to this idea that God gave me, like, why don't we start a men's ministry? And just in this church where we're at, we'll meet once a week. We'll get guys together to hang out, be accountable to each other, eat, have a little social fellowship, and then we'll study with either video-based, or we'll have some speakers, or I'll teach, whatever it is. I wasn't that strong in my faith then. I was just a new Christian. So he goes, "That sounds great. Let's do it." And I said, "We probably need to have T-shirts and hats and make it really, guys have to feel like it's a cool thing, like religion and church is not like this nerdy, goofy thing, because it's not." So we made hats and shirts. We still have them. You can buy them on our website, wingmannation.com. And so we started promoting this fun Wednesday night. We got food. We had the guys come. We had 30, 40 minutes just hanging out and talking and doing the things that guys need to do. Then we had study time, and we broke up into little groups after our study time. For some reason, it was just a hit with the guys at the church, and we got so many men coming out. We had 300 to 400 men every single Wednesday night coming out to this thing. Yeah, it was a big production in this church, and I spoke. I brought speakers in, and we did a video series, but the guys just loved it. And when they broke up into their little groups at the end, they all started making close friends and becoming, accountable to each other and helping each other. So that went on for many, many years in that church. And then we started getting other churches calling us. "Hey, how are you sustaining that ministry for men and growing?" The motto was like, how to be better fathers, better husbands, and more godly men in your community. That was our 3 sort of mission statement things with Wingman Nation. With this, at that time, it was just a wingman ministry in one church. And so the pastor and I became great friends. That went on for 10 or 15 years. He retired, and so at that point, I started thinking, we may need to try to get this out to other churches on a national level, because it seems to be something that works. And so I called the pastor back who had retired, and he and I decided to form Wingman Nation and make it a national ministry, and just have resources available for churches or men who want to start a small community group, or churches who want to start a Wingman men's ministry in their church. So we formed it. Wingmannation.com is there. We have a launch kit developed. So, if it's something you want to
franchise it, make it easy.
Yeah, kind of. There's no cost. We keep it no cost. So if you're a pastor or a priest or a rabbi in your church and you want to start a men's group to get together and study the Bible and have fun, we'll send you a launch kit. This is exactly how to do it. And then you tailor it to your own specific form of worship. And it's been amazing. And so since we had thousands of churches going through this process and calls, and then COVID hit. When that hit, we decided, okay, we're going to start a podcast. So we have 2 podcasts now, which provide, one's called Wingman Men's Moments, and that's short podcast just giving men little tips on how to handle all kinds of situations in your life from a godly perspective. It's great. And from that, we do these little, 60-second clips that are all over the internet now on YouTube and different things. And then the other one is called the paparocjaypopshow. You already have the truth. Papa Rock is what my grandkids call me, and J-Pop is what my partner, Pastor Jay Dennis's grandkids call him. So we take the very difficult topics of today, transgenderism, homosexuality, same-sex marriage, all those things that are going on, and things that are socially unacceptable for a Christian or a faith believer, but are seemingly common in our society today. And we talk about those, and basically we don't say this is our opinion. We say, here's the topic. This is what God says about it. Now you have to decide what you want to do as a person, because God says that's a sin, or that's wrong, or you shouldn't. And we've had some amazing feedback. Some good, most not good, because people don't want to hear what they're doing is wrong in God's eyes. But it's a tremendous ministry. And now, as far as helping churches because of COVID, we're still helping them. It's still available, but there's more of this type of interaction where people still don't want to get together much. We still have a lot of churches that are still doing it. So if anybody out there wants help starting a men's group in their church, happy to help them do it. But what I found was, as a person, when I started dedicating my life to God, I noticed that then my wife started becoming more faithful, and then my children started becoming more faithful. So the impact of the father, of the dad in the family is huge. And there's statistics out there that say if a child is the first one to come to know God, there's about a 3.5% chance that the rest of the family will come to know the Lord. If the wife is first in trying to get to know God and trying to bring her family to know God, the percentage goes up to about 17% that the rest of the family will come to know the Lord in their life. But when the dad leads, when the dad is the leader and he's the one who gets to know God first and develops a relationship and becomes faithful, the percentage of the family goes up to 94% that the rest of the family will also follow God in their life. Huge, huge, huge statistical fact there that the men really need to know.
Thanks for listening to this special segment from Randy's interview on biblical money with Rabbi Rami Goldberg. To hear the full conversation, head over to the Biblical Money Podcast from Israel 365. And as always, stay connected with Wingman Nation for more resources to help you become the man God created you to be.